Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video. This one, Season 38, War number 6, for Loki taking on TCN. You see I have the same team as last time. It's going to be the same kind of war. Spider-Man 2099 is going to have all 5 of my fights. Anti-Venom and White Nito are there for synergy purposes. So let's jump right in. I am on path 8 to start, so I have this Mordo who has Rich Gets Richer Fury as well as Feats of Power. Rich Gets Richer basically just means whoever has more buffs gets a stacking passive Fury. Mordo, obviously, as we know by now, is a conduit defender, and I did place my White Magneto pre-fights. You see he heavies there to get a Fury buff. So, and then I go to heavy because Mordo is typically pretty passive when he has his power gain up. So I go to heavy, and of course Mordo did not feel like actually being passive. So that was fun. I get punished there. Mordo, even with those passive Furies, doesn't hit all that hard. You can see, though, I mean, Mordo, especially on this fight, nothing too crazy. One special 2, even without a whole bunch of debuffs on, did most of the work there. So that's it for Mordo, and that's it for Section 1. In Section 2, familiar Path 2, Rintrah on this fight. So this fight's going to be, I mean, you've seen it a few times already. It's, if I knock him down, I get a Fury buff. If I hit Rintrah, he starts to get his mystical charges, so I'm really going to try to not hit him. That's really going to be my main goal, is I just want to hit his block the whole time, let the ruptures do most of the work, just keep my wither paused, keep my ruptures paused. You see there he heavies. I don't go into punish because I don't even want to deal with the getting a neutralize on me, heavying, having him, then I can't pause my debuffs. Rintrah can be pretty annoying to deal with, but you can see, I'm just letting the ruptures do the work. I'm about to push him over 1 bar of power. So you can also see I'm trying to keep him out of his corner, just in case. There I got a nice rupture burst off. So he's under 50%. I still actually have not officially hit him as of yet. He's 60% down, so that's always fun. So he throws the special 1 here. I wasn't able to dex it, but he comes back in. And I'm able to dex there. So at this point, he's throwing those heavies. He's being relatively passive enough to the point where now I go in, I intercept there because I thought that it was going to KO to get him to above bar power. It was close. Those ruptures though did finish him off. So you can see there, a very clean Spider-Man 2099 fight. Very rare for me. But next fight here. So this next fight is Korg. Korg, Korg is what he is at this point. I place a White Magneto pre-fight to help deal with this, but this is a fight where, look, it's EMP modification and personal space placebo. You can see there I missed a parry and decided to get punched in the face because why not? But Korg, he's got that big rock shield damage. He's got the big rock shield that you have to take down and the thorns damage. So, he can be a little annoying to deal with. So I want to make sure that if he has rock shield up, I'm only hitting him with lights, with light attacks, because then I don't take damage back. So you can see he's got the rock shield up. This is why I needed a White Magneto pre-fight, so that I can make sure that I can always parry. The thing, though, with Korg is, because anytime he gets a debuff with his rock shield up, he could potentially purify the debuff and then get another rock stack. And because Spider-Man places so many debuffs with those ruptures, it can be a little annoying. You can see, 2 special 2s into the fight, Spider-Man doing a pretty good job handling this fight. He does 1 last rupture burst, and that's that. So, in theory, Spider-Man not a good matchup at all for Korg, but he was able to handle that fight, the EMP mod, pretty well. So 2 fights left. It's going to be this Sasquatch here on node 48, so it has that feats of vigilance. So this fight, I'm just going to preface it by saying this is not how you do this fight. I shouldn't be hitting him. Hitting his block's fine, but I shouldn't be actually hitting him without heavying. I need to put a heavy on him because the thing with Sasquatch, the thing that makes Sasquatch difficult is his wrath mode. So once he gets to, I believe it's 6. He can then enter Wrath whenever he wants. So he's at 6 right now. Now it's just kind of a, whenever he gets it. Now he's at 7. I still haven't heavied. I've let the Wither fall off. I finally heavy because I, at this point, remember, oh yeah, I should actually have an exhaustion debuff on him. So at this point, I'm just parry heavying So the reason you want an exhaustion debuff on Sasquatch is if he's under the effects of an exhaustion, he doesn't gain his wrath charges. So I really rolled the dice a little bit here in terms of how long this took. You can see I popped an invulnerability boost just to make sure, just in case, because this node has power efficiency where his specials cost 50% less power. So, you see he's got the Wither on, he's got 5 exhaustions. So, there I'm a little late on the heavy counter. So he punches me in the face with a special 2 and he gets the ruptures on. So those ruptures are ticking a good amount here. But you can see I've lost track of, I had 5 exhaustions at one point. I lost track of them, and now I'm down to 1. I put another one on here, so I'm really just trying to make sure that, I have a little bit low health at this point. He's in his last 40%. I need to make sure to throw another heavy to get the falter on him. Make sure I keep him heal blocked. But, at this point, I've kind of lost all of my room for error because I'm down to just outside of Assassin's range. And right here is where I'm going to let the exhaustion fall off. And here's where it's going to get really fun because he enters Wrath. So when he enters Wrath here, now his specials, because of Wrath and the node, cost no power. So at this point, it's just a matter of waiting it out. So now I'm in my corner. He's just going to be throwing heavies. He's unstoppable. I'm just dexing this for all dear life. At this point, I know I'm in my corner. I go for it all. I throw the special 1, and it is just barely enough to finish him off. So that was, like I said, not great. Do not fight Sasquatch that way ever, anywhere. But I was able to just barely hold on. So, yeah, like I said, it was a bit of a nail biter there, but Spider-Man able to hold on. So now I have Hyperion on this next. This is the Conflictor mini. You've seen me take Dr. Doom here a few times, so I decide to use basically the same strategy that I use for Dr. Doom, but I'm going to try to heavy a couple more times because the exhaustion will reverse power gain. So I'm trying to, just like before, I'm trying to get to the special 2, get the Wither on. So I throw the special 2 here because I thought I was going to reverse it because I have the Wither and the 2 exhaustions. I don't. So now I'm just kind of hoping that this special 3 doesn't KO. And it gets a little closer than I would like. So I did put on one of these. So I put in a Power Start 1 here. And I also put on the 33% greater Special 3 tanking ability boost. So that certainly helped because without that, I definitely KO. But at this point, I have 2 Withers on. So now I'm fully reversing his power gains. Now he's just barely getting a little bit more, and then he's dropping down to 0. So he's getting consistent rupture bursts over and over again. So he's ticking down pretty quick at this point. The fight seems to be pretty in control. But, it definitely got very dicey there for a second with that special 3. You can see here, Spider-Man able to finish him off. So again, a little bit dicey on those minis. Definitely could have optimized those fights a little bit more. But 5 fights for me this war, that gets me up to 34 on the season. Still just the 1 death. And my streak is now up to 14. In terms of the war itself, we did drop this one to TCN, so that puts us at 3-3 on the season at the halfway point. Hopefully we can have a little bit of a stronger second half. We're still decently positioned as of right now, but hopefully, like I said, we can have a little bit stronger second half and play a little bit better than 500. But that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.